Hi, it's Garvales here from PlusXP.com, and today I'm here at the Eurogamer Expo with Ted, who's a quest designer from Fable 3. So can you just take us what's different about Fable 3 from Fable 2?
Well, I'll talk about what's on screen at the moment. This is one of our newer quests. It's called Morningwood Fort Battle. On the road to rule, as you're becoming king, you encounter these guys in the forest, and basically this guy here on the right hand side is Ben Finn, and he's voiced by Simon Pegg. So we've got a lot of great Hollywood voice talent. We've got Sir Ben Kingsley, John Cleese, even people like Jonathan Ross have jumped in to help us out, so it's very exciting. But anyway, I'll go back to the road to rule for a minute. So you start the game as a young prince or princess. Your brother is an evil tyrant king, and your mentor, Sir Walter, who's also with you in this quest, turns around to you one day and says, hey, let's get out of here. So this lady kindly holds down the A button to use the mortar. I can show you how the game has developed in the terms of combat. So this is something that's very new to the Fable franchise as a whole. As she moves around with the left stick, you'll see the reticule will move. She's actually manning the mortar, and when she presses A, it'll fire. So what she's got to do here is they've basically said to her hero, she's a princess, because obviously it's Fable, you can be male or female, and they've said to her, destroy this scarecrow. So if she presses A, she'll blow up the scarecrow. So this is basically, you've come across this fort in the middle of nowhere. They're holed up by Logan has sent them, your brother, Logan has sent them to this place and said, hey, you need to go here and clear the fort. But it turns out that it's actually a trap. He wants them to die, essentially. So you've come across them, and they've said to you, we will believe in you as a prince and a soon-to-be king, or queen, if you help us tonight. So all of a sudden, night comes, and the Hollow Men arrive. So you might remember the Hollow Men from Fable 2. They're back. They're more badass than ever before. They're now equipped with ranged weapons. So you've got to be careful. And we've changed, yes, Hollow Men are in Fable 2, but these are completely new Hollow Men. We've redesigned them from the ground up. They're completely different in the way that these guys fight. So what she's doing now is it's almost whack-a-mole with Hollow Men. So if she moves over to the left-hand side, I mean, unfortunately she hasn't got headphones on, so I can't hear what they're saying, but here they come. They're starting to stream down. So you've just got to blow them up and defend the fort. So it's a really different side to Fable. It's not something we haven't really done in placements in the past. It's really exciting to be sort of pushing combat in not just a sword and gun direction, but also having these emplacements. And this goes on for about another minute, and then I can actually show you how the combat itself has changed. But while that's going on, I can talk to you a bit more about Fable 3 as a game. So the actual world is set 50 years on from Fable 2. And it's as I spoke about with Logan, the world is going through like an industrial revolution. It's starting to become a very poor world. The taxes are ridiculously high. And what you have to do as a prince or a princess is travel around Albion, making people believe in you as a ruler. It's a bit like kind of what Obama does, and what any president or prime minister does, where they have to go around the country and say to people, look, I promise you this, I promise you that. And then when they get to being king or prime minister or president, the public turn around and say, right, you promised you'd reform the NHS. Where's the evidence that you're going to do this? And people, you'll make promises. You'll go to a place called Misspeak, and you'll say to people, I promise you that I will come back and give you guys food, and I'll give you guys shelter. You become king, and these people say, here's the contract you signed. Do you do it? And obviously it's a Fable game. You can do whatever you like, but whatever you do, there's always going to be a choice and a consequence. And what I think is great about that side of things is it's very poignant with what's going on in our world right now. And everyone's saying, oh, David Cameron should be doing this, the new government should be doing that. And then we're now saying to the player, these are the same questions that our Prime Minister is getting every single day. Now you have to make those decisions for you. So
the morale system's totally gone up tenfold then?
Yes, I mean, Fable 3 is no longer about being good or evil. There's a really fine grey middle ground. And the lady was saying to me here that yesterday she was playing the opening quest, where I won't go into too much detail because I don't want to spoil it, but there's a real poignant choice. And it's not just good or evil. There's a lot more to it than that. So I actually wanted to show it today for spoiler reasons, but I think that's something that instantly, the feedback we've been getting from the Eurogamer Expo today is that people have been coming over and going, oh my god, I didn't know what choice to make. Did I make the right one?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, there is really, with that choice, there is really no right and wrong.
I mean, it's definitely one of those points where you put the controller down and just have to think for 5 minutes, what the heck do I do?
The first time I played it, I ran out the room. I just couldn't make the choice. So yeah, I mean, there's one of those things that we don't want to be just good or evil. We want to really like test people and make them think, wow, you know, what do I do? So now it all kicks off. Basically, you've defended the fort from the outside, but no matter how much you try, they're coming in. So they bust through these doors, and it's on now. So now I can show you about how our actual hand-to-hand combat works. So at the end of Fable 2, we felt that the range and the melee combat, it worked. It was just a bit clunky, not particularly heroic. So we spent a lot of development time investing in making the combat quicker. So in Fable 2, whereas you'd shoot with your gun, and if you wanted to change to your sword, you'd have to sheath the gun, pull out the sword, and then attack. Sorry. This time around, you just simply go, get your sword out, bang, with your left hand, shoot. If you want to cast a spell, you can do it straight away. So
you can pretty much combo.
Yeah, you can pretty much chain attacks together, and it feels so much more heroic. We've had a lot of people come over going, wow, you know, we haven't changed the way that you use the combat system. We've just made it so refined and polished that it feels like a completely different experience. Like a hob, for example, one of my favourites is that you get the hammer, smash the hob into the ground. As it comes up off the ground, you take a step back like Tiger Woods and just launch it into the distance. It's all about trying to make you feel something, whether it's feeling emotionally engaged with choices or whether it's feeling heroic and feeling really powerful. We've really been trying to make the game, make you as a gamer feel something different. And I mean, even you were talking earlier about morphing. The weapon now morphs with you. So that the weapon that the lady has is going to be different to my weapon. As you play the game, the choices you make, the things you kill, they all have different effects on the weapon. So it's basically trying to expand hero customization. At the end of Fable 2, there was a massive thread on the lionhead.com forums where there was just people going, wow, this is my hero. Oh, this is my hero. And everyone's was different. And we're trying to make that expand it even more. And
I suppose with this sort of weapon morphing and stuff, you could probably turn it into a blacksmith profession.
Yeah, it's basically, you can then take your weapon online and trade it with someone else for some cash or for an object of theirs. But what we've actually found is that people are actually becoming quite attached to their weapon. You know, it's essentially them over the last 6 or 7 hours of gameplay up to this point. And it's like, you know, do you really want to part with your weapon? So it's another choice. You know, you could probably get a lot of money for it, but it's going to be really interesting when people start going online, they start trading. That's always been a great aspect of Fable since Fable 2. And hopefully we can push it that bit further. And I mean, I thought there's still a lot I haven't touched upon. I mean, I don't know how much you've seen of like the new interface for the inventory. I can quickly jump in if you have a...
Well, yeah, I've heard vaguely but a bit about the start menus and stuff, but...
Could you press start just for a second? This is the start menu. It'll probably take you by surprise. It's very different to pretty much anything we've done and anything that we've done as an industry. You've got Jasper, your butler, that's John Cleese. You've got your dog in the little basket over there. And this is basically everything that you obtain in the game. I spoke about the promises earlier. They're on the wall. As you can see, she's already made 2 promises. So they're always a figment of
so you can keep reference.
Yeah, you can keep reference. It's a constant reminder that, yes, this is something, a promise that you've made and you have to keep. If you interact with the map table and then press A, this is the world. So you can jump into regions. This is Morningwood. She can run around. She can buy houses. She can take quests. She can see what her wife is up to. This is all really, really intuitive, and it's something that we're really, really proud of. We think it's one of our defining features in the game.
What I noticed on the quest map there is that it's actually labelled the demon doors. Does that mean you can sort of quick travel to them now?
Yeah, you can quick travel anywhere. You can quick travel to a quest giver. You can quick travel to a demon door. You can quick travel to a house. It's all about just accessibility and trying to make everything really intuitive and get you to places when because I personally, when I play a game, I like to run around, I like to explore, but we're very aware that there are people that don't want to do that. They want to go, right, I want to go to that demon door and I want to go there now. So we enable that via this.
The hours I spent looking for demon doors.
Yeah, and now you can see them on the map, you know, so we've still got lots of secrets. This is an overview of the whole world of Fable. So if you go all the way down to the bottom, keep going all the way down, keep going, keep going, keep going. This is Aurora. This is something we're not really touching upon, but it's something you can see from the outset. And it's really exciting to see that, oh wow, these are places I'm going to visit at some point in the game.
And I suppose you being a quest designer yourself, you put a lot of man hours into this game. I mean, what's your involvement with the quests and stuff?
So I make some of the core quests. So I've done the morning with the quest that this lady was just playing is something that I've worked on with a team of people, and it's really my job just involves working very closely with the lead designer Josh Atkins, getting feedback from Peter, working with my boss Alex Skidmore, and just kind of as a unit, as a team, crafting a really integral experience to the game. Because if you're on the core story, obviously it's something that people are going to play. So it makes it something that we really have to be very, very careful of and make sure that every core quest is different in some way. And we have to make sure that it's not like Fable 2. We want to make sure that people are playing a revolution rather than an evolution. So we've revolutionized our own interface. We're breaking down the own conventions that we've set for ourselves in previous Fables. So yeah, my job is very hard work, but I love it. And I'm incredibly proud of what we as a team have achieved with Fable 3. I think it's something that everyone back in the studio is just really excited about come October 29th this year.